let's check. I don't know if Twitch worked last time. Let's make sure it works. How we doing, everybody? What's up, Nadav? I am just verifying that Twitch sees me and I see that YouTube sees me, which is great. Just want to make sure that things are working before I really dive in here. Hopefully tonight we get some work done. I'm excited. Yeah, but Twitch is not loading. It's interesting. Oh, it says I'm live now. Yeah, there it is. Fantastic. Okay, great. How we doing, everybody? Man. So, talk about what's been going on, and then we'll kind of get into tonight's project, which is going to be working on the V0. I've got new parts to install because I've been printing all week long. So this week, I've actually got a lot done, honestly. I have been working on some Lego stuff, which has been a lot of fun. I got some new builds right here, and I've got some new videos to do. I also worked on a couple builds that I did, made them better. I'm gonna do some of those videos soon. And then for 3D printing, I fought with the Valorant V0 for several days. So I did not realize that I assembled this thing wrong. When I say assembled it wrong, I mean I switched the two motors, A and B. It's the issue with building a Core XY. You have A motor and B motor, and one goes into X, one goes into Y, instead of just being called X motor and Y motor, which I don't know. I know they're not that motor because they work together to move X and Y, but like if you just named it X and Y, I would know what to plug it into because there's only X and Y on the board. So that's why it's super annoying. And I did it backwards because I fought literally for 2 nights, 2 evenings on like, why will this thing not print? It was printing everything mirrored because I went to go ahead and dry fit this new orbiter, micro orbiter or mini orbiter extruder, and it was just killing me. So I just really wanted it to work properly, and I thought I had a config wrong. Ended up being, again, yes, the motors are wrong. So once I flipped the motors, adjusted the slicer, Bob's your uncle, started working. So it just sucked because I printed all the parts for this on like Tuesday of last week, and I was like, great, good to go. Went to do a dry fit, or Wednesday maybe it was. Went to do the dry fit, and I was like, none of this stuff matches the instructions for the dragon burner, which is what we're going to put on here today. None of the instruction matched, which it just killed me. So once I got all that sorted, this thing's printing great again, and I have it all here now. So I'm going to just mute my phone real quick so it doesn't go off on me here. So I went ahead and put together the orbiter. I had a spare motor hanging around. So this motor is actually going to go onto the Legacy because I think once I build this and I'm happy with it, I think I'm going to put this on the Legacy and make that direct drive because right now it is Bowden on this stock. It's totally stock Legacy build. I think I'm going to go ahead and put one of these on there, depending on the performance and how it kind of goes with this. Also, I had to do it all in the same color. I did want to do some accent colors, how I've done throughout this build, but I apparently am out of white ABS or I have lost the spool. I have no idea. I've tore through all the bins down here. I tore through the shelf. I checked my filament dehydrator. I checked all the other printers. Literally nothing. Can't find it anywhere. So I'm guessing it's gone. So we did all of the same inland light blue on here. Also had to scour for parts because the issue with some of these different extruders is they need different parts. So I think I'm squared away on it. The documentation for this is pretty poor. Like the extruder was fine, but then kind of the documentation for the actual hot end I find to be pretty poor, and like the assembly for it, it's not great. That's just my opinion of it. So I will be trying to figure this out here on how this is all going to go together. I'm hoping it all actually fits because I haven't actually like dry fit anything I'm just kind of hoping that it all works. So it's going to be good fun for that. I mean, it all looks like it should fit together, but some of the documentation is fine. So we're just have to go through it here as I put it together. And we're going to figure it out. So I have the new carriage mount. So the the hot end will mount to this, and then the extruder mounts to the top. I have no idea what length screws because it doesn't say anywhere. And then most of these parts, I think there are some lengths of screws around. And then, I don't know did I say the LEDs? There are LEDs that you can put into this. For now, I'm not going to worry about that. And I'm going to do that at a much later time, if ever, because I don't really care that this has LEDs in it. It would be cool. But they do have one for the logo here at the top of the assembly, and then there is some more for actually print LEDs that will be shining down on your print. But for now, we're not going to do that because I don't have those either, because they take like those great big NeoPixel type single LEDs. I don't have any of those, and if I order them, it's going to take like months to get here. So we're not going to do that today. We are going to just kind of dig into this. So I'm going to switch to, I've got a desktop camera set up here, kind of focused in on this a little closer. And I'm going to bring up, I have the documentation here on the other screen. I'm kind of just going to work through this. Feel free to ask questions on anything as I'm working through this, or offer advice. I love advice because I have no idea what I'm doing. And we're going to go from there. So here we are, the workbench cam. Hello. And we can kind of get into this. So first thing, the heat inserts are there, that's fine. Okay, we'll skip past the LED part. Logo LED part, skip past that. Nozzle and NeoPixel things. Fans, yes, that's fine. Okay, so I think we're good to start taking some of this apart. I did already take the filament out because there's so many times I've gone to work on things and I have forgotten to take out the filament, and I'm like, ah, dang it, can't do this now. So yeah, we're gonna just figure all that out. I'm just gonna try and disassemble the whole thing here so that it is done. And then we'll figure out lengths for all of the new parts, because I did not dry fit the hot end. I am 99% sure I have all the right parts, but you know how often I do things wrong. Where'd that go? Oh, there it is. That one. This one here. That's the back part, and then that's also the cable strain relief doohickey. Okay, and then now we can take off the motor. We're just going to reuse this motor again. I used the other one just as a dry fit to make sure. I want to make sure the extruder all went together okay. Come here. Okay. And then I'm going to take a couple of these in the back now. That should be it. Yep, that was it. Okay. So now that's off the base. And I do wish that I could reuse this mount, but I can't. So because I need to replace that, I have to retension all the belts and everything. So I have to loosen up the motors as loose as possible, and then take everything off, and then put it all back on. So let's see if I can get all of this apart now. that guy. And we've got the blower fans that need to come out, which are, of course, never easy. That hot end fan, blower fan. Okay, now we're disconnected, so I just got to take the rest of this apart, just so I can scavenge parts off of it. I did have to steal parts from other things, none of them active at least, but I did definitely have to steal. And I do want to see if this guy does any better. I did have a few issues with the wheel being correct, the extruder wheel. Come on, can you let me out? So for this guy to fit into the extruder, I might try a different one in here, because this one, it works, but it's not, I don't know, it's not great. So I want to try out a different one to see how that goes. I also need to take out all of these screws, which are microscopic. That doesn't even fit. I need to go get my fix-it kit for the win. With a very small, not too big. There we go. The screws that hold this thing together are tiny. I need to keep them separate. I'm hoping that this piece of PTFE is the same, otherwise I'll need to cut a new one, because I didn't see anything in the instructions for how long of a PTFE piece is needed. Again, documentation for this is not great. At least in my opinion, it's not great. Okay, so all that is done. I'm gonna pull my wee chair out here so I can get down with it. Okay, so is there... So we need to attach the hot end now to the mount. So here's the mount. And then which way does it go in? Let's scroll back up. Okay, so this goes like this, right? So this is the front. So you got to go on like that. Okay. Well, it shows nothing about a piece of PTFE. So again, hopefully that's later in the instructions on what to do. Okay. And number 4. Okay, they're all tight. Okay, and then let's scroll back down to where it was. Okay, so once that's in there, attach the extruder and the extruder specific mount to the hot end. Okay, so this is where instructions suck, because it doesn't say what size screws to use. So I have this here, which I think goes that way, because this should all be flat in the front. And then, yeah, so those line up, right? Should that be in the front then? Okay, these holes don't line up at all. So that lines up that way. All right, I guess I already screwed up because while the center hole lines up when it's there like that, the mounting holes do not. So how is this supposed to mount to that? This is the Sherpa mount though. Ugh. This is why this thing sucks. Like, truly sucks. Like, the Valron group does some things super well, and then some things really bad. I'm guessing I printed the wrong mount. Since the holes don't match. But it's all part of the same thing. Yeah, these holes don't line up whatsoever. Son of a gun. Hey Eric, I am trying to figure out how to put the Dragon hot end on this printer because I don't know. I'll even show you guys here. So here it is. And it looks like that's supposed to line up. But it doesn't line up with the holes underneath, see? So how in the world are you supposed to mount that if it doesn't line up with the holes? That's the Sherpa Mini mount, which is what I printed. And the holes for it line up. But then I have the Dragon mount here, but the holes don't match up with it. So what the heck? I didn't notice this before. How are you supposed to, can you not use the Sherpa Mini on this hot end? There's only one Dragon mount. And the Sherpa Mini. All right, let's turn off the Sherpa Mini and let's go to the Sherpa mic. Let's go to Sherpa Mini. Oh, it's only one body as well. It's only one. Okay, so let's turn that one off then. Let's go up here. Sherpa Micro. Let's turn all these off. Sherpa Micro. Okay, again, holes don't line up. So are they not supposed to line up? Why is this thing so stupid? Or am I using the wrong mount? Is there a different mount I'm supposed to be using? No, not that, not that, none of that. Bowden, no, I'm not doing Bowden. Orbiter mounts. Okay, hot end mounts. Maybe I'm using the wrong hot end mount. turn that off. Hot end mounts. Dragon mount. Hey, those match up. I was using the wrong mount. Awesome sauce. It means I need to reprint that. Oh, Christ. Okay, let's... All right, well, we're gonna kick off the... No, I don't need any offers on Twitch, thanks. Nobody follows me anyways. So we're gonna throw this on the, because this printer is already apart. That's the other kind of crap thing right now, is I wanted to print everything on this machine. But if we do this ABS, we need it to be 40%. How long is this gonna take? 31 minutes. We can do that. All right, let me get this printer going. Yeah, it's hard, Eric. I mean, I get that they have to try and account for everybody and everything, but it doesn't even tell you what size screws to use. Like, okay, they're M3 button heads, cool, but I guess I'll just throw a few in there. It's just, I have the supplies to just kind of do it, where other people don't. And that just makes it a tidbit annoying, because if you're trying to build this for the first time and you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna struggle, because you're not gonna have the parts needed to do it. So it's only supposed to be 31 minutes, so that'll be good. Well, no, this is already built as a V0.2. I'm just putting on a different extruder. The extruder that, this is the V0.2 extruder that was on it. But while that's printing, we can worry about kind of getting this off, getting the new belt tensioner on there, and getting all that squared away, because that's going to take me a hot minute to do that. I just have to get this PLA unloaded. Okay. Okay, so that's done. There's the ABS. Got the tip off. Loading filament now. Doing ABS, we gotta put the lid back on. Oh, I got to load this again a second here. Load. Okay, now we're going. Now we're cooking with gas. Wasn't hot enough. Okay. Oh, we need to do some glue stick real quick. Okay. And then send to printer. Upload and print. Oh, the IP address changed. I need to add this printer to my router. I haven't done it yet. Network 13. Okay. Set this up again. All of my other printers, I've set their IP address in the router so that it stays on reboot, but I need to do this one at some point. I guess I'm talking about it. I have a minute. I can just do it right now real quick. Let's go back to the slicer. We just need to check some settings on it. Device. That's kind of the cool thing about this printer is you have it all right here. You can access it from the slicer itself. It has this device tab, which is really cool. I like that a lot. You don't have to worry about going to a separate web page. You can just do it from there. That'd be really cool if Prusa would add that, or if you could enable it in like an expert setting. That would be pretty cool to see. Okay, let's see. Do you remember how I did this in this router last time? I'm ready for new routers. I am. Where did I set my reservations up in here? I think I just saved it from there. Oy. All right, once that gets cooking, I do want to confirm that the first layer is good. It should be going here in a second. There we go. Oh, it's way down here. Oh, but it only levels like right where your part's gonna go. It levels right there. It doesn't actually level the whole bed every time. I think that's a feature in a couple other printers. This is the first one I have that does that. I haven't seen this on any other ones. I didn't really actually notice that it did it until a few prints later, because I don't watch every first layer, obviously. I also don't, it's just, I really need this one to work. So I want to be sure that it does. But once it's leveled and good to go, I just let it roll. I just need this part to not fail. We're a little close, but it'll be okay. All right. So I can throw, right, no, this part I keep. This is the one I need to take off, right? Yeah, I think so. We finish this router setup real quick, and then we'll get back to working on this guy. 13. I need to also name this one because it's just called MKS Pi. So let's call this the QDX. Mark 3. Apply. All right, well, I'm not seeing off the bat here where to save these because I can't remember where I did last time. LAN setup, maybe? Oh, yeah, here it is. Let's add .13. Device name is this is the, oh, wait, I can just select it from here. 13, where are you at? That guy there. Rename this to the 3. Then we add that. And now it will no longer change IP address. Oh, hey, Aaron. I could have used you a while ago. It's like, I am working on the extruder for this, but the hot end extruder, but this is the wrong part. I printed the wrong thing. So I literally just finished printing it, put it onto the XSmart 3. So it's gonna rip on that for the next 30 minutes while I work on taking this off and getting the belts redone. I'm hoping that does not end up being too terribly difficult. I hope. The other thing that sucks is I need to go get let me get my soldering iron real quick because I need to take those heat inserts out and try to reuse them because I don't want to be wasteful. Try to reuse what I can. Yeah, well, you should have told me that whenever you recommended it because I have been struggling with this for the past few days. I also, again, I printed them all in reverse, so my bad. But yeah, so the new part is coming on now. I just have to figure out the rest of this. So let's loosen this up here as much as I can. Loosen this one up here. So as much as I can. Okay, and now we can take this off. Which I'm gonna struggle with. I don't know if I have any more of these screws or not, because some of them are a little rounded out. So let's get nope. Let's go down one size. Yeah, to replace these screws. Got to get them out first, though. Okay, there's still one left, and I'm struggling. Oh my goodness, it's not working either. Am I gonna have to cut this one out? Ah, son of a gun. It's one screw rounded out and now I can't get it out. I mean, it's not your fault, Aaron. It's just that the documentation is so piss poor. I will get this. It just might not be a very good way to do it. But I will make this thing come out. One way or another, I'm gonna get it. Oh, let's do that. Let's try just a flathead now. Do I have one a little smaller than that? Yes, I do. All right. We're not making any headway yet, and it is very much rounded out. Yeah, very much rounded out. And these 5-set kits, and there we go, I got it. Man, they got really, really cheap screws in here. I need to buy new ones for this. Come on. Where's my... Are you not fully out? Okay. Goodbye to you. Good gravy. Okay. Man, oh man, you guys suck. If I get that out of the way. All right, so these are all loose now. Now we can take off these two guys. This way. This. I really hope I don't need to recut these belts because this is going to be super hard to rejigger to get the belts back into those spots, because that was a struggle before. I think it's going to be another struggle now. Okay. Set this one out of the way. All right, we're going to need that flathead back. How's this print looking? It's looking like a print. Saying there's 21 minutes left. All right, so I've got the new one here with all of the appropriate things in. All those holes line up, which is good stuff. You get the, see if I can get the nuts, the captive nuts out of this one. My guess is no, it's probably too tight in there. These regular nuts, they are, okay. I guess I can just grab a couple more M3 nuts and then pull these out later, because I feel like they're going to be difficult to get out. But I can put those in once I get this mounted on here. So I have to figure out how to get these two in first. Okay, now we'll get the, oops, nope, stay in there. I'll put on this side first to get it ready. Does this fit those? Where'd those screws go? What did I do with that? There it is. Okay, so this guy is here. Screw goes through the front here. Okay, pull these back until they are flush. And then crank that side down. Okay, now that that's on, I'm gonna go get the other screwdriver real quick because that'll make it easier, I think. Using two different screwdrivers on this. Now what I have to do is I have to get these pushed into that. And then try to get the thing back on. So I don't really know how I'm gonna do this without cutting new belts, to be honest, because I can't even stretch these to be in there. Do I have to cut new belts, Aaron? Like, I can't even get these to line up. There's no way I'm gonna be able to get that in here any way, shape, or form. Like I have everything as loose as it can get. I guess they don't have to go through the front. Just putting new belts on this is gonna take way longer than tonight. Can you just go into the hole I'm shoving you into? Hands cramping up. That won't stay. I mean, it's fine. That part that I just printed the wrong part, and that's fine. I'll deal with that later.
my bigger question is, can I do this without shoving those through the front part? Like, will they still hold enough where they are? That is the primo question right now. How can I get these to hold while I'm doing it? I guess I could try and put that on. I'm gonna this is me just troubleshooting and trying to figure things out as I go along. We're gonna put this on, which is probably a bad idea, but might help me hold these in. Part is threading in, so I'm going to just do a little bit of this. I need this screw to float and not thread into the plastic. There we go, now it's floating. Okay, that's in there. I bet you that part's going to be done before I get this done. All right, I've seen a bit. So I can just get this underneath of it here. Stand up to do this. I can't do it sitting down. Loosen it up too. It's too tight. Screwdriver. This is the bottom. Go over that, like that. Okay. Top one here. Okay, we gotta do the top one first. Top one is less slack to it. Come on. Schmuck. Oh, this is killing me. You cut these parts so exact when you first do it, these belts. I'm just gonna try and get them both in as much as I can. My doggone hand keeps cramping up because I am pulling a very small part as hard as I can, trying to fish it at the same time. No. No. Can I now? God, I wish I had a third hand. Ah, I need a third hand. That's what I need. Oh. I just try and do this one as much as I can, and then see if I can push it in and it will hold. Let's do that. Okay. Okay, well that's starting. Try to pull this other side back a little bit. Just a little bit like that. A bit like that. I'll tighten these back down. Okay, maybe that extra millimeter or two will give me a little bit of extra space to get this side done. Because legit, that was like 2 mil of space that I gained of slack. Nope. Nope, missed it. Give me a second here. Okay. So, I don't have an extra set of hands. Man, still cramping up. Trying to think what I can do here. Where did that go? Okay. Oh, where did my YouTube go? There it is. Okay. Sorry, I lost my clicks there. Okay, I think my wife might come give me a quick hand. I just need her hands here for a minute.
because I have to hold this and this like this, and I need her to tighten in that screw there.
I'll try to fish those in as best I can.
I guess as long as they're in the lockdown, I don't think they'll slip, but it's worth checking out. And this has 5 minutes to go. I may need to get a smaller drill bit. Just drill out these guys up top just to make sure that they're pass through, because that's one thing is sometimes these aren't pass through. So those are 2.5s. This wee little handheld drill is super helpful for this. Just need your hands for a second. Okay? Mm-hmm. So here, hold that. This camera's the only one it's on. So.
All right. So I'm going to put these back in here, and then I need you to tighten up this screw right here. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Give me a second. So get this.
The left one or the right one?
The one closer to me. I'm not going to do left and rights with you. Okay? So right in there.
Towards you?
No, towards you.
Towards me, right.
Ready, tighty. Let me see real quick. Okay.
That's it. Look at you. Amazing helper.
I know.
Love you, bye. That's all I needed was another set of hands. One other hand is what I needed to make that happen. So now I just got that pinched in there. So now if I just push this down, then those come out the front right there, and that's as good as we're gonna get. All right, let me try to find some more of those M2 screws, which I think. I had them somewhere. Does anybody remember where I put them? As I'm like asking, like, where'd these go, guys? Here they are. Remember all the spare parts from that. They're these M2x6 button head screws. They're tiny, they're cheap, and I just keep replacing them. So that's fine. So we're just gonna get this onto here. And we'll get these put in. Where's that small bit? There it is. Okay. With a little bit of help, I finished this before the printer finished. Who would have thunk that it would take 30 minutes to, nearly 30 minutes just to get this thing on. But again, I could have did this in 5 if I would have had her earlier, so that's fine. Because we are an hour into the stream now. Cool. Okay, that's on there. Add a little bit of tension back to the belts. Here. Yeah, that feels pretty good now. That's solid on there. Okay. Getting somewhere now. Let me just see how our printer here is doing. It's doing the final top layers, it looks like.
It is good this printer is so fast because I have nothing else that would have done this in this amount of time at all. It's done. There's our new part. So now we can kind of heat up the doohickey. We're going to pull these inserts out. These now line up, which is great. I need that like that. Okay. Let's see if we can pull these other ones out here. Yep. Just sink it right into here. That. The other one. That. Here. Like that. Sweet, too easy. Now this piece can be thrown away. All right then, so I need to reattach. Let me look at the model real quick. That should be facing out the back. Okay, so let's get my hot end over here. Oh, that's not bueno. So if this is like that, this is the back. These can go in here. I guess I should have tried to dry fit this earlier, but I just didn't have the time. I was just happy that it all finally printed correctly. Just a little tweak, make sure everything's in there correctly. Okay, like that. Now, this goes on top with the extruder, which I need to take off the old one, because that's not the one that I'm using. At least all of the screws are right. But also, again, it doesn't say what size screws, so I need to get out my M3s and figure it out, because it just says attach it. Well, thanks, guys. Our 16 mil is going to be too long. So it goes, crikey. Hang on, I got to switch out the bits. I need to drill these out a little bit. The M3s. There's a little bit of resistance in there. So I put a 16 through there, and it goes through there. Nope, not long enough. Okay, what about a 20? So through there, through there. That will work. Okay. So 20 millimeters is what I need. I need another button head, 20 millimeter, which is not you. Do I have another 20 millimeter button head screw? I do right there.
So these go this way, and then which way does the I'm guessing this faces the front. Yeah, this faces the front because so it goes like that. And then it screws into this guy. You know what? That one is actually not long enough on this side because that's not gripping at all. So I guess I could try and sink it in a little bit more if this is still hot enough. Let me turn this on. Come on. All right, let's see if that does better. Not you, you. There we go. Yep, just need to be a little bit deeper. And this side is good. I reattach the arm so I don't lose it. The idler spring like that. Okay. Mount the extruder to the hot end, to the rest of the assembly. Slide the cowl on. Take care of the 4010 park cooling fans into the slots. Wow, that was great instructions. It literally just goes from this to it basically being assembled. So awesome. All right, so this should slide on here. Well, actually, I need to probably just make sure these guys are through and through, which they feel pretty good. Yeah, those are good. Let's make sure the front one here is good. Yep. And yep. Okay, so this slides onto here like this. Maybe? Okay. Oh no, I can't do that first. I gotta get the part cooling, the hot end fan in there first. Which, how does that work? You need to go like this. Slide you in. Do you slide in? Okay, that slides in like that. And then I'm guessing the cable goes, supposed to go in there, is what it looks like. So I have to take this all apart now. Because heavens forbid this thing give you real instructions on what to do. We're going to slide the cables into there. Reattach this. Not pinched, which is great. Okay. Now, slide this in. Just make sure to pull those cables. Actually, let's push them into that opening. Like that. Okay. So those are taken care of, I think.
And then now I gotta figure out how these are supposed to hold on. Cause like the fan things are separate. And they're supposed to just magically hold on here somehow. I don't really understand it, to be honest. And actually, now that I'm looking at this, I think I have to switch my block around to be front facing, because rear facing, it gets in the way. So to do that, I should just be able to loosen up this set screw. And then spin this whole thing around. Whoops, not with my screw in there. Spin that around. Push it back up and in. And retighten that. And now that should all be okay. So we'll get these up here out of the way. And then I have no idea how I'm supposed to mount these fans to this thing. Because like they're supposed to go in here like this. But there's no screws. So it's this whole hot end just like friction fit these things. And then somehow these are supposed to hold on. Are these fans too small? Oh, these are 3010 fans, not 4010 fans. I need different fans. Are you freaking kidding me? Let me go see what I have. I did not realize I needed different fans for this. Turn off, please. Okay, fans. I just bought those fans too, and God, were they expensive. They were like $10 a piece. I don't have any blower fans there. I'm gonna have to dig through a couple different bins here. Some fans in this box. These are 40/40 fans. These are all 50/15 fans for all of the Prussias and everything like that. What I have in here. These are 30/30 fans. Okay, so none of those will work. Don't know if I have any fans in the big bin of 3D printing stuff. This bin is all of like my screens and boards, shrink tubing for various things, cabling, just kind of everything you need to build a printer with, but I don't know if I have fans in here. I don't remember. I thought I kept all my fans out of here. I'm like 99% sure I'm not going to find a fan in here. Pretty sure about it. At least not what I need. I have some. These are 2020 Noctuas. I am. There's no fans in it. There's no reason for me to dig through here because I am pretty sure that I'm not going to run into any fans. So that puts a damper on things. Right size fans.
I wish this thing took the same damn parts that were on the printer already, but it doesn't. So, we'll just get things kind of together here. And I'll just have to come back and change out those fans, because this front fan is fine, but this rest of those are not. So let's get the motor hooked on here. Come out here. Okay, so that goes there. And I got this one to go here. You're not going to go in. Okay, like that. So there's that screwed on there. And then somehow, some way these go on here, get put in here. That and like that. This screw, I'm pretty sure, is not long enough. So let me try to find a longer screw for that center mount. So let's see if a 16 millimeter is long enough. Do I need to put something in that? Because what's that supposed to screw into? Oh, I am. Dang it. Right, I need to take this off and put I missed a nut that needs to get put in. Pulling this guy off. Or just pulling it out of the way. I need to put a nut in there, and I have one right here. That line up? That lines up. Great. Great, great, great. All right, and I don't think that 16 is long enough, so we're going to go with a 20, and we're going to go with a button head, or a socket head, because I want something with a bit more meat to it. For screwing this on. Oh, I guess I should put in those other, what's called first, right? I have to put 2 more M3, nuts in there. One and 2. Gravy, these things are tiny. Okay. And these just get put right into the sides of the base mount. Whoops, that fell. How do I get that in there? How do I get these in there? Those really don't want to go in, do they? Oh, there it goes. Really did not want to go in there, though. Once it's in there, it's good. I really need to also not put this through my finger, because that makes me kind of afraid. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Now that that's there. You can see what this looks like to attach. Kind of like that, it looks like. And then we can put this back one in. So there's that one. I'll just kind of hold it there a little bit. And then I think it says what size these ones should be. Two M3x20 screws from the back. Oh, those have to go in first. Okay, let me take this back off. Oh, so in there, I need to put two M3x20s. To hold this guy, this on. Just do not over tighten in big bold letters. Let's just get this finger tight. Now, that one for now. Cool. It doesn't tell me. It doesn't. Oh, there is M3x35s, which I'm pretty sure are what I already have here. There we go. Yep, that's what these are here. Those fit in pretty nicely. I guess I'll need to figure out the PTFE tube because again, the old one, it had this and it told me how big to make this. This does not. So going from the Sherpa Mini down into the hot end, I have no idea how big that piece of PTFE should be. So I'll have to figure that out another time. I mean, again, I have to order 2 new fans anyways because these aren't going to work, which I'm not too thrilled about. And then there's also like, see if I can get this down. Okay, so there's this guy here that apparently mounts into the base. And it's what like it like mounts into these fan shrouds with some just short screws, which I've got some short ones here just for demonstration purposes. And these fan shrouds, 100% not in the documentation. 100%. It barely even talks about even having to have the need for a fan shroud. Did I really do 2 of the same ones? You son of a gun. All right, I put I printed these twice, and I apparently I did 2 of the exact same. That's no bueno. Hey, Vince. Come watch me struggle with Voron documentation. Or the lack thereof, I should say. Okay, so then now I can put this into here, this into here, and tighten this on. So that's how the fan shrouds mount on. And then this mounts to the back here. And that's what like pinches in the fans. I find that to be amazingly dumb, but it is what it is. So, and I guess I can mount this on as well now just for having it done and out of my way. That's a little bit short. Let me get a slightly longer 8mm. Those would be better, I think. And one. Second screw. No, don't do that. Okay, like that. Let's retighten up the first one. Like that. So those just kind of, again, sort of kind of clip in there like that. Not really, but also funny because, like, I guess I just have that bowed out a little bit. I don't know, guys. I think this is pretty janky. But I need fans to put in there. But there is, for the most part, there it is. So we need PTFE tube. We need fans. I need to tighten this one up back here now. And then it's got a mount on the back of this, which I think honestly it's the same spacing as the old mount that I had for the ADXL, but the mount's different. I'll have to print whatever the new one is for that. But otherwise, I mean, it seems pretty stable. I hope this is worth this absolute epic log of effort. There is also no strain relief on this at all, which I really am not a fan of. So I might put, if I put this back on, I can at least mount with the rods through there again on the sides here and give it a little bit of strain relief, but I don't see any strain relief. Okay, there is another part there. What does that look like? Is it? No idea what that is. Wristwatch, no. No. No, 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 no. Round top mount, no. Google AI inserts. Okay, there's a brace, LED holder, ADXL front mount. Okay, there's a front mount that it can do. It shows here in the documentation, though, that there's this thing here. What is that called? Tool head assembly to the X carriage. No, we did that one. So this is like a PCB mount type thing. Good gravy. Is there just a strain relief one? Let's see, STLs. Sherpa Mini. Sherpa Mini long. I don't. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Is there just a friggin' strain relief? Like, why do we have to have 1,000 different STLs here, but not just, where's the strain relief? I'll have to do that later. It also kills me that the ducts are not connected to the body. Like, I definitely feel like they could have been better put on there. Most definitely. There's also, like, there's no like, they line up here, they're flush. It is not flush on mine at all. Hey Alpha, how you doing? Sorry, I was looking here into this. But yeah. How you doing? It's just funny how that lines up here, but on mine, this definitely sticks out a good 3 or 4 millimeters. Huh. Very odd. And like, it has this support, but it doesn't need that support once it has that back fork like holding it on. So you're welcome to ask your question here if you have a question. Or you can go to the Discord if you have any questions. You can ask on there as well. I've got people there that can, either myself or somebody else can help out. But I will be finishing up stream here in just a minute because I need to be done with this for the day. I don't think I have any of that set up. Hang on. Let me get you a link here. Hang on. I'm not really good with Twitch. I don't really know how to do much all of it. So where we at? There's the welcome channel. Invite codes are hidden. That's interesting. There, you can use that to come to the Discord. I need to sit down and figure out how to do like the Twitch things to like call outs for people. I just don't know how to do any of that. Save this because now I know this is the parts I actually need. I guess it also means I'll need to buy, when I buy fans, I'll need to buy 4 of them because I also need fans for the Legacy. If I'm going to use the same hot end on the Legacy, that is going to be necessary. Let's go back, Dragon Burner, yeah. I said, why do they show this? Like, no, not that, here. Why do they show this as one piece when these are all not one piece? That drives me crazy. I guess I could try to make it one piece. If I try to combine bodies, like if we do, let's do a combine. So if we do this guy, and this guy, I could reprint it like that. That might be better. It's only, I mean, I got to disassemble a lot of this anyways. I might end up do that and then see, because it just, yeah, I might look into that. But, all right, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it there for tonight. We've been going for a while, so hour and a half. Hopefully I will get some more of these parts printed. I'll try to fit some things. I'll put an order in for fans. It'll be a couple weeks till I get those, but at least I could mostly finish this up next week. We can do some testing because I can pull out these 30 fans, blowers, and just do some testing, because if I do ABS, I don't really need the fans. I mean, the fans help a little bit, but could do some light testing to see how it goes, make sure it extrudes okay and whatnot. But that was an epilogue of work there. All right, so thanks for hanging out, everybody. For those of you that chatted, thank you. I will see you guys same time next week. Yep, so what's that? That's 6 p.m. Zulu time, GMT, whatever it is. Yeah. See you guys then. Happy printing. I'll see y'all next time.